Hello friends, it's me, Cynthia.
And Azalea, and we are Greengirlstudios, back again with another Wednesday live.
Yeah, this time we're doing, for Magic Hour, we're doing I'm going to show you guys some of our newest pieces. The ones that I have been working on for the past month. We'll see how that goes. And I have some waxwork tips if you're interested for some stonework, you know. We're not going to go on for a super long time, partly because I think we're expecting, again, more storms. Or maybe not storms, just a lot of rain. And maybe because we're in a neighborhood called The Woods, and maybe because there's a ton of trees, it affects our live and our streaming quality. I'm not sure if that's the case, but it seems like every time that there's an issue, there's like something happening with the weather. And I don't know if it's because we're high up.
Any sort of that stuff can make the internet kind of get messed up.
Yeah, you never know what's happening.
But let's tell them real quick what we're going to be showing today. We have a lot sale. We have Mom's going to do a waxwork demo. Yep. I have some of my dolls to show because I haven't shown them in several months, and there might be somebody that might like the look. And then yeah, we have some new things and some things that we brought back for our lot sale. So you guys stick around for that.
Oh, hello, Jeanette. She says hello, ladies. All right. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. She says she hopes we're having a good week. Kalite, happy, wonderful, magic, enchanting Wednesday. Yes, I agree. Today's been one of those days. I don't know if you all have had a day like ours, or at least mine. Hello, Kitty. Says hello, ladies. Where everything that you're doing is not doing what you want. You're not having the time that you think you're gonna have. Like, I got up, I was expecting to get, I thought I was going to get good news from Greg, and instead it was like, not good news. It was just like, oh, hey, and it was kind of annoying. You know how you have an expectation, and I think that's part of it. It's when you have expectation, it kind of messes things up. So, oh, hello, friend June. She says, hi, Cynthia and Azalea. Hi, Pat. Oh, thank you. Pat says she's glad she remembered we're on tonight. Well, you know, sometimes we're trying to change it up. Oh, in Idaho at the moment. That's exciting. I've heard good things about the hiking in those parts. You know, for a long time, I imagined it to be kind of flat. And my friend Kathy was like, no. She rides her motorcycles through there. And she was like, you have to go. You'll love it. So it's on my wish list of places to go. Kalite wants to see your dolls.
I got some to show you. I have a new one from that I started last night and I finished this morning, and I think everybody's going to like her a lot because she's very unique.
Oh, good time. Somebody's from Michigan. Is that from actually Michigan? Sometimes it's hard to tell. You know, sometimes you never know. I wanted to show. I have this wax. I never really use it for some of the things. Oh, Azalea's like, gotta find some Advil. It's one of those days. One of those days. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, and then, you know what? We had...
I'm gonna load this up right now.
Azalea's loading it up. I did a coin refresh, and I've been making coins all week and making this and that, and also, you know how you can't, you know, they say, oh, you're not supposed to multitask because you're not doing anything, you're only like doing a little bit on each thing. That's how I roll sometimes, you know. Hello, Janet. Oh, it's your first time. Thank you for joining us. We're live here from Asheville, North Carolina, coming to you at Greengirlstudios, and we make things, and we have stuff to show. So welcome, Janet. I'm going to flip the camera around. We're having to go old school this time, because guess what? Once again, there's some issues, not this time with StreamYard, but with camo.
It's always camo. It's always been camo.
It's always camo.
So we're going to cancel it and try something else.
Yeah,
I've been doing battle with it for hours.
All right, I'm going to flip the camera. We're not on, you know, we were living large when we had the cameras going in different directions, when we had double cameras. It was like we were on top of the world. And now, you guys can see my mess. Oh, hello, Meryl. How are things? I think you're in Hawaii. Is that right, Azalea? She remembers. Oh, thank you. She says she loves our work. Thank you. I appreciate that. right, I'm going to get this squared away. This is the wax I was telling you guys about. This is called sheet wax. It comes in a bunch of different thicknesses. In this case, this is about, let's see, about 1 millimeter thick. You can get it even thinner. I don't have much use for that. But there's a use for everything, you know, when it comes to this type of thing with waxwork. I'm situating this so you guys will be able to see and not get a shadow. Get some of this light going this direction. Seemed like I was flooded with light, but you know, sometimes it's weird how I can have it where it'll be bright, but also seem like I'll be getting too many shadows. So I just turned on a nice, let's see if I can get that aimed. Okay. So this is a stone I picked up this past Tucson. I think I found it at the roadway. But anyway, I met the guy that mined this and carved it. So it was pretty cool. When you go to places like those big gem shows, there'll be people that are kind of like micro businesses, kind of like myself and others that kind of, you know, we just kind of follow our own star, I guess, and you're making according to your own, you know, wishes. I think he was a school teacher in what I call real life. Oh, hello, Deborah. She says, hello, I'm new. Awesome. Thank you for joining us. I'm showing some kind of more, this is considered, I would say, additive waxwork. There's all different kinds of wax. There's reductive, where you use files and you use cutting tools, like an X-Acto knife, and then you're taking away. That's what that means. It's reductive. I do a mix of both, additive and subtractive. And it works. It works for me. So here's some of the files. These are some jeweler's files. These are for metal, but they work great for wax. Now this sheet wax, the good part about this is it's kind of like it would function the same way you would use bezel wax or bezel wire. So you could cut this into strips and you can use it, and it has about the same thickness as bezel wire that you would buy, but it would be a little bit thicker. So the benefit of having it in this type of sheet is where you can kind of pinch it and make it thinner. Or you could soak this in warm water or hot water, or even, like I have this little embossing gun. I'm going to turn it on and show you how this works. If you wanted to shape this, you could go this way with a little bit of heat from this. I just turned this on, and if you run this over it, you can warm it up and it gets really pliant, or you can kind of melt it. See, here's how, if you're going to melt it, you can kind of see the difference in texture. See that? It happens fast. So this is not a wax that's like paraffin or beeswax. This is a plasticky type of wax, and it doesn't melt the same way as some other types that you've seen. See how it kind of gets sort of, you can stretch it out. And the difference is that with some waxes like paraffin or candle wax, when you burn it, it burns off. This sort of just melts. It doesn't really burn off as much. And I think if it does burn, it has to be a higher temperature to burn, like for lost wax. So essentially all waxes will burn out. This is just a kind of a plasticky one that when it does burn, it kind of, you don't want to be standing over it. Not to say that it's like toxic, but you don't want to breathe in it either. All right. So I'm going to show you one of the ways that this can be used. The first way is as if it's bezel wire. And so I'm going to warm this up a little. And another way is to use your handy dandy emboss tool. Or you can use hot water. You just want to warm it up. I'm going to turn this on for a moment. You can kind of see how it buckled, but now look how really easy to manipulate it is. Now this stuff is great for pressing in a texture. I'm going to show you that. I found this coin. Oh, it's a quarter. Duh. I saw this. I thought it was a Japanese coin that I'd found. It's not. I'm going to press this in and show you. When it's warm, you can do this. You can kind of see your design through. Oh, hi, Vicky. We have Vicky joining us. I don't know if you can see this. Kind of hard to see. But you can texture it. That texture was very faint. But that's what it was, that bird on there. You can see. This would show up better in metal. One of the reasons this is kind of hard to carve is that when you have a slightly translucent surface, it's hard to see your detail. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And I'm going to show you how this, one of the things that you can do, you can cut it to make a sculpted bezel. Say you wanted one that was detailed with a flower pattern instead of maybe, instead of one that was just plain. This is really easy to cut. Of course, you can use rulers. I just kind of eyeballed it. And it's so easy. Okay, so that's a nice little strip. And look how easy it is to form it around my stone. Now, what you want to do is you want to make it so you could pop this stone out. Oh, hello, Nilda. She says, hi, Cynthia. Hi, Azalea. I'm late, but I'm here. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Hello.
Now, what you would do once this is cast is you would not bend this until after the metal has been formed. Otherwise, you won't be able to get your piece out. So some things you can do cast in place. Hello, Facebook user. I'm not sure who it is. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to warm that up. I'm not going to use the heat gun this time. I'm just going to use the warmth of this, and I'm going to pinch it out. And this will make a fine little bezel. Usually, I have it in sheets. And so you can see it kind of wants to already shape into the shape of the stone, but we don't want to do that yet. You want it to flare out so you can pop the stone in and out. And you want to attach it. You can do it either with a base plate or a piece of wire to have something to attach the back. Or you don't have to have a back. There's no law that says you have to have a back. Sometimes I'll do prongs like this. You see this? I started this last week. And this is a really awesome rutilated quartz. And the thing with this was like, if you look at this shape, check out this shape. Isn't this cool? It's a shield shape. But it has all these points. And I don't know if y'all have ever made a bezel to fit a point, but that is no easy task. It will shift and be a total pain. So I'm making this bezel. See, this side is a bezel, right? So you could actually use it this way if you wanted. That side's the bezel. Or prongs set this way. Could be either or. And, well, I mean, it's both, so it's just easy that once this is cast into silver, I'll just bend these prongs down and polish them, and this stone won't move out. Oh, hello, our friend Nancy is joining us. Hello. Yeah, Nancy, I'm just doing a little tutorial on how to use sheet wax. Pentagon shape, though. Yeah, pentagon shape, no easy thing. I have a bunch of those, too, and those are not simple. And that's the same with this. This is I dipped these stones. That's like this. So that was a dipped piece. And when I go to put this stone, you can't cast this in place. There's no cast. If you try to do that with an agate, what will happen is you'll get carbon when you pull it out. This will not survive. The things that will survive are things like ruby, sapphire, diamond, the really hard 9 and 10 hardness. You try to do anything that is not that, it will just, you'll just melt it. Sometimes that works. And in this case, what I'm going to do after this bezel is cast is I'm going to go around with what's called a bezel. I just call it, you know what I call it? I call it a bezeler. It kind of sounds like embezzling, but I just call it that. And what you do is you'd go around the edge. They have them in, I don't have it here. I don't know what happened to it. Probably downstairs next to all of my other tools for that. And it has a handle like this, but a tip kind of like this. And then what you do is you hold it like this and you smash it down until it is flush, and then the stone will never pop out unless it gets wiggly. Oh, Colite says would also love to see the finishing process on the dragonfly. Yeah, I'm gonna show that. That'll definitely be something. I'm always like, I have my head down and I am hyper focused because I don't want to break anything. It's very easy to crack a stone. It's like, so this one I worked on before. I think I showed that. And this is the same type of thing where you have this is considered a carved bezel. See, it's detailed. And I did this by dipping. That's the dipping where you have hot wax and then you dip your stone and then you carve away the rest. This method, the sheet method, is probably the most common. It's a very common way to do it. This way is not common, where I took a piece. I had something on the back of this, or on the front of this, like a dowel rod with a piece of sticky wax. That's a type of wax that never hardens, and it's always kind of sticky. And you would use that to dip your stone into the little pot of molten wax. And you can't cast this. You have to remove this back plate the way that I have here and add prongs. That way you could make a cast bezel. So, oh, hello. Our friend Kim is with us tonight. Hello. She says, happy Wednesday. I forgot you guys were going live tonight. Well, thank you for joining. It's always fun to get a good group going. You guys don't forget, on what day is our Zoom? Is it on tomorrow, little daughter? I kept forgetting to do updates on that. I think it's tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's okay that we remember that now.
I remembered it. What
I
I forgot to do is I forgot to make a post. Sometimes I forget that social media exists. I know. How is that possible? It's possible because...
Are we going to do it the way the GBE does it, where they post and give you the meeting information?
We're going to post it, and you guys are going to join. Whoever's coming tomorrow night.
You guys are going to join.
Whoever's coming. Do you guys know who's coming to join us tomorrow? 7? I believe it's 7. I'll have to look at my own notes. Or I can just go back and look at the post.
I know, look at your own old post from 2 months ago.
No, it was from 2 weeks ago. Is when we decided to do it.
Sometimes
time passes extremely quickly. That's the problem with it. Vicky said, wish I could. Well, yeah. We'll see. If it's only like me and a couple other people, we'll still do it because it'll be fun.
Just me and Mom.
If it's me, myself, and I, then it'll be awkward. But
carrying on your own conversation.
Hey, I do it all the time, so nothing new there. I'm not afraid to do that.
Get a little weird with it.
As I was like, yeah, you're not afraid to make it weird. No, I'm not. That's that's either my good point or my not so good point. So what I'm doing now is I'm sealing off. So one of the reasons, now this is my little secret. It's not actually a secret. I don't like to solder, and I usually will do anything to get out of soldering. And this is one of my ways to get out of it, because you know what? You can use bezel wire to do exactly what I'm doing, but you have to go in and solder this join. And when you solder a join with silver wire or silver bezel wire, There's none of this business of filling. There is only getting it exactly perfect. And if it's not, you got to do it over again, because guess what? That solder won't fill a gap. I learned to weld before I ever learned to solder, or solder, as someone said to me the other day, and it made my eye twitch when I saw that.
Solder.
I was like, that's not the way. The L is silent, please. Oh. Vicky says it's going to be a great fun. I hope so. I hope people come in. I hope they join us. Mary says, were we supposed to sign up? No, we're just going to put it in the group, Mary.
Bold to assume we're that organized. That's
Yeah, I don't know. Embrace the weird, says Kalite. Well, Nilda, you don't have to know. You can just join. Or you can have, if you know someone that does know, you can have them help you. That's sometimes, you know what? That's what I do. I ask Azalea to help me.
Yeah.
Oh, this is, see, I stuck this to it, so that's not going to work. Oof. So if this were solder, Kate would be looking at this and shaking her head with disapproval right now.
Open disapproval.
Open disapproval. So that would be like the wonkiest, ugliest bezel ever. So if you were to use this, and when I use this for setting my stones, because I use it all the time, I basically just use it for stones. I'll cast this whole piece, and then once it's metal, I'll pop that stone back in there. Usually, though, you need to add something to the back. Like, it needs a lip of some sort. So this is easy to add to a plate. You could either do, this is the other good stuff about this, you could do it like this. To check this out, this is like extra easy. Do this and trace it. Let me get this out of the way. I'll trace this, give it a little bit of extra around the side. This is what's so good about sheet. Sometimes the sheet is not awesome if it's too hard. If that's the case, just put it in some warm water and test it out. This would be a good opportunity to use this stuff to roll a texture. You just put it in hot water and smash something in there. This isn't necessarily super warm, but you get a texture. See that? It's almost a shame, though. You know, that's why I didn't want to do that. I was like, I love the back of this stone. Which do we like? You know, well, this way you don't have to choose. You don't have to choose. You can just do it. Yeah, Nilda, you can try. Join us. I think if you have on your, depends on what you have. You can do it on your phone if you have a Zoom app, or you can do from your laptop.
If you have a computer, computer is the easiest.
The computer is the easiest. Did you hear Azalea? It's the easiest option.
Because I used to do Zoom meetings all day, every day for school during the Corona times.
Yeah.
The dark times.
The dark times. Oh, and look at this. You can make a design. This is kind of fun. This is one of the fun parts about using this. Which, you know, if you did this with sheet silver, all of this can be done with sheet silver and solder. But if you don't want to do that, and you have access to casting, or you come over and you visit and we sit down together and we're like casting and having fun. Sometimes we do that with friends or people that want to come over and practice it. We'll make something and then Greg will go down and cast it the next day or the day after. Depends. We haven't done that one in a while. It's been a couple of months since we've had like a little casting party. Usually I invite friends that are local or that are coming to visit, and we'll sit around the table just like how we are right now. And we'll do that. That looks kind of sloppy, but you can picture it as being not so sloppy.
You can picture it.
You can just use your imagination and imagine that looked way better than it does. All right. So that's what would be showing on the back. I don't know if I love that. It kind of doesn't follow that shape as well. But you know what I can do, which is nice. Oh, I had it backwards. You can easily, I'm going to stick this on there so it stays. and then cut it out to your, you know, your, what you want it to look like. So it looks, I don't think I like that spot there. Move that out of the way because I want to see that little, it's just neat because it has the light shines through that curious crack. And you see, you know what? I can use this. I can heat that tool up and follow it. And it's so soft that it's easy to have that come out. One of the things I was going to do is show how to make some of the wax that I like to use. I call it wax clay. It's not clay, it's wax. But it's soft that you can roll it up and use it like microcrystalline wax, which you use for bronze casting. And I used beeswax because I don't know about y'all if you've ever used microcrystalline wax, but it smells like gas to me and I hate it. So I developed my own wax, which I formulated out of beeswax because I like the smell of beeswax. It's pretty much one of my all-time favorite scents, just the natural smell of it. And
I used to want to eat it.
yeah, well, you can eat it. You can eat it. And I don't know if that's good for you, but I think you can eat it. And I'm going to put a little bit, I think it'd be neat to have a little texture, maybe. You guys have seen that petty point of decoration. It's like a Native American. Maybe it's like Hopi. I'm not sure who does the petty point. Yeah, the bees. Yeah, it's a really wonderful smelling beeswax clay, and I made that so I could tuck it into a tin and take it with me if I didn't have my setup. Alright, so here's how you do this part. Okay, so now you have this kind of little sandwich situation, and you want to close it all up. And in this case, you could just kind of bend it together. You want to be careful not to bend it. Oh, hi Nancy. Our friend Nancy is joining us. She says, late to the party. What are we learning? We're using sheet wax to make a bezel for this big stone. See that? This is the sheet wax. And I'm telling what the good parts of using it. This is so, if you're like me, you want to avoid at all costs soldering. Sometimes you can't avoid it. But if you know someone that has a casting setup, then this is a lot of fun and it's really easy. In a lot of ways, you could do this in a very kind of organic shape. You can get really kind of neat shapes, things that you can't really get with regular bezel wire. Partly because that's not what it's designed to do, you know? Look at this, I'm basically encasing it and making this sort of odd looking bezel. And it can be as detailed as you like. Oops. So when it's this warm, you can kind of see how thick it is. You can press different textures to it. Let's see if I can get this one to work. I'll show you on this. So this is pretty warm. It looks like a mummy, kind of. All right, look at this. Let's see this. It's warm from being under the lights. But you can kind of see the texture on this side. And on this, it'll show up as a faceted. So that could have been applied. And it still can be applied. I can still just push that in. I'd get this warm and I could push it in there. In fact, let's see what that looks like. I'm going to warm it up on this. Just lightly. See how it's shiny? That's from where the wax melted. And I'm going to put this crystalline. Yeah, that's a little more organic. And if you don't like it, you can always do this. Heat it up again. And so once this is finished, I'm going to get this quickly pinched together. I'm going to show you guys what I was painting last night. It's so cute. I try not to rush now that I was thinking about what I made. Yeah, I love the color of this wax, but it is hard to see the details. That's one of the reasons why we mix up our own color. This wax that's on the edge here, like the drips, usually it's a really bright red, a very chromatic red. And we mix it with a little bit of blue, and that gives us a little more flexibility because the one blue wax is more flexible and the other is more brittle. So there's a lot of customizing happening. All right, that's sealed, it looks like. And what we have here is the wax master. This is, and granted, it's really rudimentary. It's not perfect. If I were to do this for reals, like if I was, well, I will go back and fix this up a little better, is I would remove any spots where it's really thick, because that would be a thick spot for the silver casting. And I'd make sure that there was a way I could get the stone in and out, because if I cast it, there's a slight bit of shrinkage, and you don't want to make it where you can just barely get that thing out. Otherwise, you'll have to do a lot of hand work, and that's not going to save you any time. This is supposed to save some time. So I'm going to pop it out. It's a little warm, so it doesn't want to pop. I'm going to reshape it to what I like. And I can pinch up at this point, pinch this thing to make it nice and organic instead of like sharp. See how I did that? And then I can also go back in and shape it and make sure that it fits. And then you can add a little thing to the top. A bezel, not a bezel. What do you call this thing? What's this? Bail. I knew the word would come to me in a minute after I thought about it. Yeah, I made this one the other day. Doesn't this look good? How good that one. This is a cast in place, but I was thinking about putting, I have all these other stones that would look really good in there. Like, for example, oh, bail, the B word. Yes. So another thing, I have these little cups. These are called bezel cups. And if you can see that, there's a teeny little carved rainbow moonstone face in there. But I thought it would be so cute to put, I don't know, is that dumb? That might be dumb. But wouldn't that be so darling? I don't know. You know, sometimes you just get an idea. I don't know if that's going to look good or not. Maybe like, look at this. This might be embracing the weird a little too openly. Like a bird girl. Wouldn't that be cute? So what I would do is I'd melt that face off with my tool here, and then cast this piece in silver, and then solder this little giblet, the silver thing, to where this is. And you can solder to cast pieces pretty easily. Oh, thank you, Sandy. She says, I like that weirdness. Thank you. That little face, it's making a bird girl. That was just an idea I had, and I thought, huh, I don't know if anyone but me would like that. We'll see. I do like the idea of mixed metals. It'd be cool if this was like Shibuichi or bronze with a silver. I think you have to have different kinds of soldering flux for that. As you can see, I'm not an expert at soldering. I'm all the time trying to get around soldering. But sometimes you can't get around it, you know? I bought these cabs. These are vintage. I wanted to show these to you guys. Look at this. So these are, you can probably guess what these are. They are mood stones. You can see them already changing in my hand. And this, you can for sure not cast that in place. That would never work. That would just melt. And this one, this is the same thing. Kind of want a neat, like violet. It was green earlier. But these are called thermotropic. That means they are heat sensitive, and these do not like to get wet at all. So if you wet the back, that's why they turn black, is when they get water on them. So I've been trying to figure out a way to make these where they are sealed. I mean, it's sealed. You can see that it's sealed. This is, I feel like this is a plastic one. This one I think is glass. There's some kind of coating, but I kind of want to do a little bit thicker coating because I'll test that. But they're kind of spendy to just experiment on, you know. But I wanted to make these into a bezel cup or a bezel, maybe like this would be pretty cool. But I like that standard shape of the oval. Oh, Kalita says the bird piece is so cool. The moon face could also be in the middle of his chest. Yeah, that's cute. That is a really cute idea. There's so many. I have a lot of stones that I've been collecting over the years. And some of them, you know, you can't cast in place. You have to kind of have to work around it. Look at this one, Sheila. That's my sister. She carved this one for me. This is a turquoise. Isn't that pretty? I've been planning how to do this one for a lot of years. And I'm not sure how I'll do that, but I definitely want to cast that. Maybe something where it's for a face. But in this case, I'll probably sculpt something that'll really show, you know, one-of-a-kind type piece for that. This one I've been hanging on to this. Oh, yeah, it kind of does. I could see that. It does kind of look like that. A no mask. Look at this one. This is from, I bought this one from a guy way back when I was taking classes at the Cultural Arts Center in Columbus, Ohio. And this one I wanted to set. But, boy, I've been hanging on to it for a long time. I've got so many stones I've been hanging on to. It's time to use them, you know? Always time. Now's the time. I think that's the one I had that for them. I love this feldspar with all of my heart. Oops. So anyway, I'm going to show you that. That's what my current project with these stones. But if you've worked with this kind of wax, you could put your experiences in the comments if you've ever experimented with it. And if you have an interest, Azalea and I were talking about opening up like workshops for people that want to try out wax work together and having it cast, because I don't know if you guys know this, but casters are becoming less and less in this country just because people are not doing as much here. They're having it sent off to, like, you know, Thailand or Mexico, different places. But it's fun. Waxwork is definitely fun. We had been talking about how to do like a Zoom class where people would send us their pieces after working on it. And that's just an idea that we've been toying with. If that's of interest, if you wanted to do that kind of master class, give us a thumbs up and or a comment so we can kind of see if there's anyone out there that would have that kind of interest in a master class where you learned how to do a ring or some kind of, you know, piece. Probably not one of these. This would be an advanced, I would think. Wouldn't you? Like if you were doing that, because it's pretty fragile piece. You'd want to do something that has a little more girth to it so you're not, you know, worried when it's in the mail. But anyway, that was on our agenda for the upcoming year to see if there's any interest in that. We, of course, teach at different bead stores, but you guys probably noticed there's not as many bead stores as there used to be. So I'm going to show you guys. Clean this up. Oh, I'll show you how to make a bail for that. This is an easy, fun and easy thing. I'll try to get the lead out and move a little quicker because we're already at the 40. I just loved the color that this turned. Isn't that pretty? It's like almost like a periwinkle. Like a peachy color. So to make a bail, a quick one, you just cut a little tube. And by cutting a tube, I mean a strip. I don't know why I said cut a tube. They do make tubes of wax for cutting. I never buy them, I just make them. Oh, let's see. Kim says, I did this little bit at WNC or UNC in my jewelry making class. I made a ring and set a stone. It is so fun. I love setting stones. I have a bunch of rings that I made from when I was in the jewelry making class. part of me wants to just be in that class, even though I know how to do it. I just want to, have the fun of being in a class with somebody else, which is always kind of delightful. So I'm wrapping it around there. This stuff is like so fast. This, I think, would make an ideal class. Or that beeswax clay I was telling you guys about. That would be like total instant gratification. And then add that to the top of this. It's a little sticky, so you can kind of position it. I'm going to add that on. Oh, some of the first pieces I made when I was learning to set, like, I could never do anything like, oh, we'll just do something easy. It would always have to be something really challenging. And the first stone I decided I was going to set was a Peruvian opal that was a bullet shape. And the teacher, Mary, was like, Cynthia, that's going to be really hard. And I was like, I can do it. And she's like, that stone is very soft, so you're going to have to consider how you're going to make that so that the first time you move your hand, you don't crack the stone on the edge of a table. And so my solution was to build a cage around the stone. And that piece, it took me so long to solder all the little sticks with balls. It was wire that I made the cage out of, and I did little tiny balls to bend over. Huh. So there you go. That's how you do that. Boy, that's real primitive. I would never cast that, not in a million years. But you can see how easy it is to manipulate that. You would just have to go in and get it ready. All right, I'm going to switch this over and start showing you guys this and that. Getting this ready. I thought I saw a comment. What did I see here? Oh, Vicky says, what kind of stones are the mood stones? Vicky, this one feels like resin. This one feels like glass. What they do is they take, if you can imagine, just a clear bezel, or a clear, not bezel, what's this? A cabochon, a clear cabochon. And then you add the thermotropic solution to the back of it, and then you layer on black. Otherwise, the colors don't really show up. You know what? I have the stuff to do this. Do you guys have any interest in learning how to make a mood cabochon? If so, let me have a thumbs up or a yes if you want to see how to make mood stones.
I want to show them my new doll so I don't forget like last time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Azalea had some new dolls, and then we got so busy talking, we didn't even get to the good part. All right, I'm going to move all my goods out of the way. Ugh, imagine setting this. Ugh, yeah. All right, thank you. I see a lot of yes. So maybe I'll get the ingredients to get that. I need to get more resin because I found that the resin I've been using is weak and does not function that great. So here's my piece. I'll probably redo this so that it isn't so janky. And like, look at that part that looks so horrendous. It'll look better when I'm done. All right, I'm cleaning this off. Azalea is patiently waiting for me to do this. She's a patient girl.
Thank you.
You are very patient. Very nice. Oh, thank you. Vicky says it's going to be powerful. Kim can't wait to see the finished piece. Yeah, I think it'll look good, you know?
Maybe we can make a video of that to post. I think there'll be a lot of it.
I have so much video on my phone, you guys. I have so much video because I'm all the time doing it. But you know what I don't do? I'm not good at the follow through at the end of it, of actually posting after I've gone through all the rigmarole of making the video. Then it just sits in my phone until I remember that I did it, which is no bueno. All right, Azalea.
Okay, you guys ready?
She is ready to show this.
All right, I'm getting situated. This is my newest doll. She's like an alien cyclops with the 2-color pink hair And I started this last night, kind of like at like maybe 9 p.m. because I was just messing around watching a show with my friend. But this is the full look. She's got a little lace
She's like
tutu,
from the future.
bloomers, and little boots with lace at the top, little elfy boots.
Yeah, I love it.
And I hand painted the little Saturn symbol on the front of her dress.
Her hair is so cute.
Thanks. Can anybody guess what I made her hair out of? That's right, it's yarn. I brushed it. I wasn't gonna wait for anybody to guess. But thank you.
Vicky says adorable. Love it. I love it too. I like her eyelid.
Thank you. I want to make more dolls with eyelids because it's really charming and kind of strange looking. This is lot 620. I spent, oh my gosh, this morning I was fighting for my life trying to fix a, fix up a dress for her. And it was, this is like probably attempt number 4 out of today. But, this is my newest doll. I could have some more shown at the very end of the lot sale, but I wanted to get on with that first. This is the one that I made.
What is the number of the lot?
The lot is 620.
Nice. So if you guys are interested in adopting and taking this gal home,
oh, her name is Estelle, and she comes with a certificate. I'll go grab it real quick. I forgot it.
I like her little eye.
Thanks.
What is that made from? Is that glass?
That is a safety eye that I stitched in there.
Very sweet. Very sweet.
So
her
she
bits.
gets
Her little certificate.
There's her date of birth, my signature, and her name.
Nice. Good job, Azalea. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Yeah, if you guys would like, I don't know if these are on the website. Are they on the website? You have some of them?
But they've been on there.
Oh, she's had them on there. If you guys want to adopt one of Azalea's dolls, they're there. She is earning money for her college. And so far, she's paid for all of it herself. All of her classes. She's earned all of her own money. Oh, thank you. Kalite says she's beautiful. Lovely work.
Thank you.
Azalea, well done. Yes. All right, what's the start? The day. Oh, okay. So we're going to start this with, I wanted to show you guys one of my newest. Where to go?
There's these two.
Oh, so this is the newest. Azalea is one special young lady. Oh, Lisa says, how much is the doll? It's $80. Nancy says, maybe people would also be interested in Halloween-themed dolls. Possible.
Most of my dolls are borderline Halloween themed.
Mm-hmm.
They used to all be kind of gothic, and then I went into a pink phase of making them all very pink.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys can see this because we do not have camo in use today. But this is a coin. This is one of my newest ones. It has, I'm trying to see how I know I can't zoom with this. But I'm trying to get as close as I can. Maybe if I go like this. There, I think it's in I think that looks like it's in focus.
Yeah, I can
so
see it.
This is a carnivorous plant scene. I love carnivorous plants. And I have their, no, they're carnivorous plants. Let's see if you can see it. Let me see. There, it's in pitcher plants. So there's some pitcher plants in here. Let's see if I can point it. It's so hard to use some of this technology. Yeah, there's a pitcher plant there. There's one of those other kind of, like they have a really big flower. And these here, if only you could see it, is Venus flytrap. And then an itty bitty snail. You can't even see. Oh, you know what maybe I'll do? Where is, I have a we were talking about that magnifier. It's so hard to get that stuff to show up. Facebook user, what is your name? Do you know who it is? Oh, is it?
I'm doing this next one. Okay, keep going.
All right. Oh, what's gone? Lisa. I have a couple of them. A few of them. I made a bunch last night. Let me see if this other one shows up a little better. This one, you guys have probably seen this one. I put this in my finished jewelry. You can't really see it that well. This is not on the website. Never put it on the website. It's $6.40. It's a mysterious eye.
How many of those carnivorous ones do you think you have?
They're all in there. I made a bunch. There's like 10. So what I don't have on here now, I'm going to put on the website later. So this one, you've probably seen it in my finished jewelry. It is a mysterious eye plant. And I have a bunch of these as well. I stayed up like 2 nights ago. It takes 2 days to press them and get all of the finishing and everything. And then the casting part, or the firing part, I mean. It's pretty fun. Is it bronze? Yes. Janet, how do you order? Right now, these are not on the website. So a lot of times when we're doing these live sales, it's stuff that I have yet to put on the website, or that I don't have enough to put on the website. So what you do is you put the name, or your name, or you already have your name showing, and you just put the lot number, and then Azalea will she will send you an invoice through Shopify. And if you are not connected to us, if you've never purchased from us before, then go ahead and send an email to greengirlstudios@yahoo.com, and then give me your name that you want it, like, or email address that you would like your Shopify to be sent to. The good thing about the Shopify invoice is that it has tracking and everything attached to it.
You only had 2 of those. So.
No, I had not.
I'm counting 2, unless you know that you have more.
In the kiln.
Okay.
All right, so this one, I don't have a ton of these. This is the corn. This is a sample. This is not the. This is what's called an artist edition. So I have fooled with this one, because it is not exactly the same as the one I made for my friend. And I'm not going to put these on the website as it is, because this is the way it is on the website. Or not on the website. It's not there yet. I don't have any more. I have to order more from my friend Jess. So she has these cast at her workshop. And this is the size and shape of the one that I will have. It's going to go into a kit soon. And here's the artist edition. This is one that I did. It's a little mini of it. And there's some shrinking you can see. I know, Nancy, I love corn. Thank you, Pat. She says it's incredible. So there, if you want one of these, it's $6.39. And it's so annoying that I cannot get that in. I can't get closer. So if you guys want a corn charm, it looks cute as an earring. And the teeny kernels, I know that was kind of exciting to carve that. But I have several. This is not going to be part of my normal line, by the way. This is just something I had when I was making the piece. It's like, I call it an artist edition because it's kind of like when you're making prints and the print is in exactly how you want it to be, like size or whatever. It's still good, it's just different, you know. Like I went in and I used a tool and made changes to it, so they're all a little bit different. Oh, Jermaine says, it looks good how you have it. It doesn't need to be closer. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. You know what? If you guys could see, my phone is the screen on there. It's very small. Okay. Oh, this one I was really happy with. This is a little sheep or a lamb. I think it's a little lamb, actually. Has that woolly. Yeah, I was like, I can't believe that I actually asked my own mind
what you carved.
I like, is that a sheep or a lamb? Okay, so it's a lamb. There, take me a minute. But this is also fresh. I just finished this the other night, and I didn't do anything with it. I just kept it here. So if you would like one, lot 636. It's also bronze. It's very detailed. It's kind of a spring piece. Somebody's like, why are you making that? It's not even the time. And I said, well, you know what? I just saw an image of this little lamb. It could have fit in my palm, and I was so intrigued by it. I carved it because it was so cute. And on this one, I don't know if you can see it as much, but there are like little flowers and grass coming in. I was really happy with the way this one came out. So this one is lot 636. I have a bunch of these I made. I was thinking about putting it in a kit, but you know what, I'll just do this for now and like release it this way. So yeah, Greg was like, oh, I know a lot of people that will like that. Oh, Stumulus says, we can see the details best if you put it down flat. All right, done. Let's see if that's the case. Maybe we'll go in there in a little bit. See, is that showing up? It's at an angle. All right, I think that's that looks pretty good. As detailed as I'm going to get it, I guess. Could use one of these as a poker. Look at this needle that I bought. Somebody made that. Can you believe that someone actually took the time to make this? But look at this here. I'm going to try and get it where the light's reflecting on it. I know. Isn't that sweet? Little lamb. All right. Next on the agenda. Okay, this was, if you missed out on the kit, I have a few more of the kit. That is the lunar bat. That is this. This is on the website. It's a really good kit. All kinds of black labradorite, all kinds of goodie. Real nice. And regular labradorite. And lapis. Look at all that gemstone goodness. We have like 8 left. And if you're interested, that's called lunar bats. Now, if you don't want to get the kit, or full moon bat. I thought it was lunar bat for some reason. So this is 641. This has a scene of little bats flying over a field of flowers. There's some mountains, and then the moon is full. And I carved that one during that last full moon. What was that one that we had pretty recently, like 3 weeks ago?
The blue one.
Oh, the blue moon. Anyway, that's 641 if you're interested. And I know it's one of my, I really like how that came out. And the moon is detailed. Tried to get it where the moon had those little craters and everything. Okay, so I don't make this one very often. It's my Tucson piece. Lot 633. And what we have here is a desert scene from like, what's this? The Sonoran Desert. Oh, Janet, she says, I got one and I love it. Thank you. I usually only take these to the shows. So, and in my finished like earrings. I usually make earrings with this. It's the Tucson scene. And if you could look closely, you could see that there is the cholla plant. There is agave in the very, very back. And it's under a nice, full, blazing hot sun, just like how it is. And then...
Do you make a lot of those? Or just one?
There's plenty of these. There's a bunch of them. So you can see all those little tiny cute details. Yeah, and I can't remember the name of this type of flat paddle cactus. Yes, Lisa, you can get 2. All right. Okay, here's another coin. This one is from a private collection that I have not had on the website. This is... Yes. Now, I can't remember the name of that plant. Maybe someone else knows the name of it. It's kind of like a clematis, but different. I can't think the name of it. Maybe it's scabiosa. Not 100%. Anyway, this is one I made for my book, Enchanted Adornments. And in the book, I have it drilled at the bottom here. And I made a chain of these, a chain of like 3. And then I did gemstones of a similar side on the other side of it. So it was, and then there was chain. And it's a really, oh, Janet, this one is 635. Which one is she talking about? What's 633? Oh, would you like, Janet is saying another one of the, or the Tucson one is 633. Is that what you meant?
We'll give her a second to verify.
And I'm not sure who is the Facebook user that is listed there. Scaviol. Thank you, Maureen. That's what I was trying to think of the name of it. Yeah, it's a really pretty plant. Anyway, that's 635 if you're interested. If you're watching the replay, you can send me a message, and if you're not on our system, and I'll forward it to Azalea. Prickly pear cactus, that's what it is, Kalite. I couldn't remember it. All right. The next one, I had a few of these a couple weeks ago. This is the last of my new coins. This isn't on the website, so we're doing this by lot. It's $6.37. It's $20. It's a little mermaid in the forest. She's at a pool.
We had those briefly one other time.
Mm-hmm. I had made 5 before. So there's another stack of these that I made the other night. So this is $6.37 if you're interested. Yeah, she has a sweet little kind of expression in there. Very small. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that came out. She's like dipping her tail, but you can still see the whole thing. Oh, Suzanne says, I have that one and love it. Awesome. I have seen a few pieces that folks have been making, and I really like it, especially the kind of beachy theme that I've been seeing come out. That's a good one for that. All right. Next. What is this? Oh, is that silver?
Mm-hmm.
It feels like silver. Oh, what is the size? Let me see. Do you mean of this one, Pat? Let me see. I'll find that. I have a little, I tell you, every time I do this, I put everything where I'm going to reach it. I make a little pile, and inevitably the pile gets shifted by myself. So this is, let's see. Let's see, that's centimeters, so probably, I would say just over an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter. You can see that. This is the millimeters. So if I would line that up, oops, it looks like it's about 2.5, which is about an inch, and then a little over that. I need to find my actual ruler. Okay, so I have this in silver. It's $28, $3.53. This one is good to string from here and here. So it's kind of heavy for an earring. I wouldn't use that as an earring, and I only have the one anyway. But I would think this is a good one for a link. If you were to have a piece of chain coming through here from here to here, or even a tassel. So this is $3.53 if you're interested. This is a pomegranate with the pomegranate flower and leaves, and a lot of this open work. The back looks like this. Pretty nice. Very nice. Thank you, Teresa. Okay. This is one that I had from ages and ages. This is vintage. It's super old. Not super old. Probably from the 80s. So that's not that old. So this is a sterling silver pig locket. And let's see, how do you open this? I see the hinge on this side, so it must open on this. Let me see if I can get that. Oh, I'm off screen. Okay, here we are. Open. There it is. Kept it in a little plastic bag so it didn't get oxidized. Isn't that cute? That's a pig locket. $22. Lot 305. If you know someone that is hog wild over pigs, like I used to be, pig used to be my favorite animal. I'm not sure why. Just because it's cute, I guess. But anyway, $22, 305. Alrighty, I got some more over here. I have one of these Shibuichi mermaids, if anybody's interested. It's 32. It's 627, lot 627 if you're interested. And she has a space here. Let me see if I can point it. She can hold something here if you want to dingle dangle something there. And there's the other hole there. So you could actually do, I made one thing where I had a little piece of chain that came down and dangled here. Oh, Vicky, are you still waiting for yours? This is part, if you were waiting for the other ones, we have a batch that is in the kiln right now, Vicky. So they're coming out. We had a bunch that did not come out. So we had some that were solid through here. That batch did not come out. This is an extra one that Azalea found upstairs.
The lot, this is a recent lot, but this one is from months and months ago.
Yeah, this is I'm not sure. I guess we took orders on it. Yeah, it came out good. I was happy with this one. Anyway, those are in the kiln. They're coming out. Greg, it had to recast because they came out filled. All right, 627. If you want to get that on replay, or if you're watching on a replay, just send us an email. Okay, so I have a couple of these unicorns. I have not released these on the website. I have made these in bronze and silver. And if you would like one, I have two. It's 624. And it is kind of an 80s an 80s unicorn. It reminds me of that unicorn from Legend. Did you guys see that movie with Tom Cruise and Mia Sara? Good times, good times. That was a very convincing unicorn. And that's the inspiration for this. You guys, I must have watched that movie 1,000 times as a kid. One of my all-time favorites. So I made, one of my videos I did a whole herd of these little unicorns and I had them running on moss. It was pretty cute. I usually sell these at like shows, and I'll just put a jump ring and put it on a chain. And it's a very popular piece that way. Simple. So anyway, if you're interested, it's 624. All right. I have one of these little mandrakes in silver, 623. This, he has a little place at the top of his head where you can use a wire or thread or silk or whatever you want to make a necklace out of it. I've made this on nylon, and the main thing I like to do with this is chain and wire wrap. So if you would like a silver mandrake, it's 623. And this is not on the website. We just made a handful of those. Oh, it looks like Mary would like a unicorn. Thank you, Mary. I think I have one of this is a sterling frog. It's 203. It's a charm. It hangs from the top like he's holding, like he's biting. See, I made it so that he's biting the ring. Isn't that so cute? So charming. This is kind of like those, it kind of reminds me of the salamanders when they poke their heads up when I go onto the creek and look for them. I know, I mean, it is a frog, but it still has that same vibe of...
Similar type of creature.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Oh, thank you, Lisa. It's 203. Oh, I have a couple of these. Actually, these are the last of this. This is a Shibuichi iris. Or no, that's not an iris. That's an orchid. Silly mama. What am I thinking about? So this one is a good one. We just did a casting of these in silver a couple weeks ago, and those came out really good. This is $625. It's $20. It is a really pretty orchid.
And that's on sale too.
Azalea did a discount on that. Some of these, you guys, she marked them a little down from what we had initially wrote. And if you're waiting on any of the Shibu that we cast last week, that cast, or actually it was 2 weeks, we had a recast, and then we had to wait on investment. So
and
it was
took
kind of a
forever to
drag.
ship our stuff.
It took
Sorry,
a long
guys.
time to get that investment.
But
so
I did mention that in the newsletter this past Sunday. So
we finally got it.
feels
So
updated.
yeah, it's sometimes it doesn't come out. You don't always get it. This is it's like a hens and chicks. There's one of them, 626. There might be more in the flask. Greg did like 6 Shibuichi flasks, so there was a bunch of stuff that was cast last night. And so there might be a few more of these, I'm not sure. But right now I have this at $20. Usually it's like 24, I think. Oh, thank you, Teresa. That was lot 626. Okay, what's next, little daughter?
Hold on 1 second.
Alright.
This one. What's next on the list?
Okay, I have some of these Carolina. These are from this region. And it's funny that I had to go to my friend in Tucson to get them. She got them from a guy here. She was telling me how they get them over in Franklin, and she had them drilled in like wherever she gets her stuff drilled. I don't know.
They're juicy.
They are juicy. You can't see them in this light, unfortunately, but they're natural. They actually grow this way, and they're found in stream beds.
Oh, lot 395.
Oh, so it's $3.95. These are natural, hand drilled garnets. I was trying to get it so you could see the shine of it. Kind of hard to see that. Maybe I'll lift up a little. It's going to be a challenge to do the stones without that magnifying zoom action.
I'm already resentful enough of them.
Azalea had a hard day. She had to deal with people on the internet or on customer service trying to get camo to work, and it was such a drag, like having to spend so much time with that. Okay, what haven't I done? Oh,
Go down this way.
oh, I'm going to show you guys this. This is a steal. I can't even hardly believe it that this is still here. So this is African Dutch opalescent glass. Oh, Deborah. Yeah, I don't know. Kia, I don't think she would tell me who drilled them. You can drill them yourself, though. I can show you how to drill them. We did a live once where I drilled some stuff with I have a little drill press. Oh, good thinking, Jermaine, because that's a steal on those. Those are usually $5 a pop. And look at that juicy one right there. What's good about that, or these are ancient. They're made in, they called it, it was like Bohemia back in the day. But they were made in Amsterdam and traded in Africa. But their origination is Amsterdam. Pretty cool. Oh, Jermaine says they look good. The only thing is when I look at it, it seems dark on the screen. Okay, so these are sapphires. They're 2 of the blues. They're very blue. It's 42. I know it sounds high, but if you go to the gem show and if you wanted a strand of these puppies, you're looking at a $500 to $600 strand. And so I went and bit the bullet and bought a big heavy-duty strand, and I've just been cutting it up, and I've been selling them off little by little. And these are 2 of the bluest. The ones that I had were rainbow. This, you guys probably remember. They had pink, yellow, and kind of like a milky pale, like cloud color. But these, I would make myself earrings. In fact, I did make myself some earrings with them, and they look great, especially on, like, you can't see that as much because of it's just not as showing up. But these are a really juicy blue. They have that gorgeous hard sparkle. They're really good quality beads. Beautiful. And well drilled. This is heavyweight. Here, if I can show you that. You could easily get silver. I would match that with, if I were doing this, I would do gold-filled wire with this. And I would put those with, like, Tahitian pearls and make, like, a gold hoop. This is higher end. These definitely deserve gold. Even though I love silver, this is this is the quality that you would use with gold filled. Or 14 karat. All right, that's $273 if you're interested. And you can hit us up on our email later.
Thank you, Jermaine.
Oh, thank you, Jermaine. I would love to see what you make with them. All right. This is pretty. Look at this.
I don't think we have any of that left.
This is it. This is the last of this. And I call this...
This is pre-night.
Yeah, pre-night. It looked to me when I first saw it like Heliodor, and I think that's one of the names of pre-night. That's that color. Obviously, that's a different gemstone, but yeah, I know, and that's a steal on that price. I know, Jermaine, sapphire. I like almost had a heart attack when I bought the whole strand. It's like I was so happy when people bought some of them. But that's the thing, is some of that stuff costs a lot for what it is. I mean, you cannot... I mean, some of those tables, the strands are upward to like $700 to $800, just depending. Of course, those are my favorite, and I just look, and then I'll say, "Thank you for showing me the strand." That's what I always say if I can't, like, I want to get it.
All right, that is
$385, $28.
There's no more.
That's it.
No
and this is I don't know if it's showing up, but it is a really, like, beautiful kind of, I want to call it, it's not really a champagne. I would call that yuzu. Jermaine says, I waited to see if someone else asked for them. Yeah, I know. That's one of the things that's funny about that sapphires. I'm so crazy about them. And the problem is that's what my guys, they want to send it to me. But then I have like so many when they're like, hey, I got something for you. Very nice, very nice. Look, see how these have that shimmer? That's called schiller. And that happens when, or chatoyance, when a stone like a feldspar, moonstone, or labradorite has a stacked up sort of matrix. You're seeing through the layers. And you can kind of get that with resin sometimes. But in nature, it's called schiller. And that's $28 and $385. All right, we're coming towards the end of everything.
We got two of those.
So I have two of these. This is bronze.
Oh, put this one out at the same time, actually, since these are all, like, you know.
Similar-ish.
So we've got two of these mermaids. We haven't had these in a while. That tag is a recent lot number, but these are older pieces that from another sale. And these are also a little discounted from the last price. If anybody else got them and they're wondering why it looks different, we had extras and we discounted them.
It's pre-night, Kim. Pre-night.
Yeah, that half strand for $385 was pre-night. We don't have any more of that.
It's a different color. Sometimes you get pre-night in a more green look. Those were a more Heliodor color.
Oh, thank you, Curry.
This is one that I love to make a charm necklace. Oh, perfect.
Who are you, Facebook user?
Facebook user.
You gotta comment your name.
Comment your name right under it.
Whoever just commented 629, we can't see your name, friend. So you might have to comment your name if StreamYard's giving you troubles.
Yeah, otherwise we don't know who to say. Oh, Kim would like the pre-night. Yeah, that's the last of it. And I will point out that these are also well drilled.
Lot pre-night.
Look. Drilled. See, remember how I showed you guys before? I don't know if you've seen this, but to check how something's drilled, you hold them up, give a little space, let them wiggle, and then look and see if they're not cockeyed on the strand. See? That's how you can tell. All right, we don't have any more. What is left?
So we have two of these left and one of these left. Unless we'll have one of these left if Facebook user lets us know who they are. But we're going to move on from these. This is the last bronze of the evening. The last three lots we have after this are all sterling. And, is 628 bronze or Shibu? These are both
bronze.
These are both bronze. Alright, that's our big bronze piece.
This one's new from, I made this for Tucson, if you guys remember that. This is a good one for a mala. That's why I made it. I think it would look pretty on the end of a knotted piece. Or, well, check this out.
That one's
this
lot
is
630.
This is my personal mala. You guys, this is so extravagant. I know. Yes, that is hand-carved abalone piece. But imagine, you know, how that would look. I know. Killer, right? I know, and I would totally knot that. You would knot it and then put something in the middle. All right, so this is $6.30. It's $26. I know, isn't it? It's so pretty. Love it. But they look so well with knotting. And you know what? I've done some wire work. I made a necklace with some amber, and this came out really good with that. We made them in silver, and they were pretty fancy. They were kind of heavy and expensive, though, in silver. This was like, I want to say it was like $52. Nowadays, I can almost tell by the weight. All right, what's left, little daughter?
We'll show these two together since they're both
Yeah, let's show them,
flowers.
because some folks might want to see.
Well, actually, we'll show all three at the end.
Vicky,
You guys can all see we've
I
got
show
one
some of my
each.
necklaces during the lives, but sometimes I sell them, and it's my favorite thing when I'm out and about and someone inquires about a piece I'm wearing, and I sell it right on my neck. That is the best feeling. Sometimes I don't do that because I save some of the stuff I get attached.
We'll wait.
She's ready to wrap it up. Greg made a really nice pot of stew for us, a veggie soup in the Instant Pot, and we've been smelling it for the past, because it dinged right before. I thought it was going to be another 20 minutes, but they're ready. Yeah, if you guys want to see some of my pieces, if it's, oh, Facebook user, put your name.
Yeah, you said 629. This comment right here, this registers as Facebook user. So whoever this is that commented that, you might want to comment and say, "Hey, I am so and so." But for now, I'm going to write this real quick because you can get 629 if I can figure out what your name is.
Colite says scrumptious carved bees. Be present. Yes. I agree.
All right, so thank you, Mary.
Oh, Kathleen Batchelor.
Oh, of course. Hello, Kathleen.
Maybe StreamYard didn't, you have to get...
Sometimes this technology, as we found out today, is difficult for no good reason.
Yeah, we've had all day long. Someone said, I was reading a thing on Instagram about Mercury being in retrograde, and sometimes I don't really understand a lot of what that means because I don't know how to read a star chart. But whenever they say that, I kind of shudder inwardly because I know, and I always think, oh, that can't be real. How can that be real? And inevitably, we have technological difficulties.
This is the last silver lot we have. This is the last lot that we have other than my dolls, if you guys want to see those. But that, I guess you guys can you can look. This is the last one. We have one is a silver skeleton key, sterling silver, lot 634.
It can be a link. Like a link, because you can do from here to here, or you can do like this pendant and tassel. I've seen this. My favorite way that I've seen this is on a ring. Now I did one with chain and a ring, so if you put it on that, it kind of has that old school flavor. And here's the other side of it. Skull on both sides. So this is $6.34 if you're interested. It's $35. Has a nice weight. It will not bend because that is a big, thick, heavy-duty piece of silver right here. Yeah. I think it looks good in silver. We do have this in pewter, but I feel like there is no, like the pewter is good, but this is like, it looks so much better.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. Vicky says, having to sit with customer service and dealing with technology can be quite painful. She was on it for a couple of hours, like going through different, first
really
on there with
it
Carmo, and then she was on with another, then on with StreamYard. It was like hours of dealing with it. So I am relieved that we actually could go live with just the basics because we could not get Camo to work today.
Alright, I'll show my dolls again. That one I showed earlier was my newest one, but some people might be new. They might not have seen these.
Yeah, so we're going to go and do a recap Do you want me to just aim the camera like this? No? Or go like
Just
this?
bring
Can
up the
bang out?
camera just a little bit, yeah. So since somebody earlier said something about Halloween, I have a doll here. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I have a doll here that I would consider kind of Halloweeny because she's a vampire.
Oh, yeah, I love her.
In her black satin dress. This I sewed myself. All of the clothes and the whole doll bodies, these are all of my own original patterns. And when I make doll clothes, like historical doll clothes, I consult like actual human clothing patterns from like authentic, like early or late 1700s, I mean, adult human patterns, and then I draft them to fit my dolls. This is Elizabeta. That's inspired by the name of the vampire Dracula's wife in the Dracula movie. It's lot 67. That's how long ago this was that I displayed her, but you can see the beadwork.
Yeah,
and
you did a
underneath
good
the
job.
skirt.
Oh, yeah, that's when you went and had that whole, like, actual...
To keep it bounced.
That has its undergarments. So sweet. And beadwork. Nice.
Thank
What's
you.
the lot number on it, daughter?
Oh, this is lot 67.
115.
She's a
Not
lot
bad
of
for
work.
original art. And if you guys want to support a young
I'll set
emerging
this aside.
artist, now's an opportunity.
This one's one of my favorites. I kept her for a long time.
Yeah, you've gone back and forth with this one. Check out this one. This is Cherry. Isn't Cherry adorable? Look at her little face. She has little polymer clay apples or cherries in her hair, and it looks like a little cupcake.
Thank you.
And she is $90, and it's lot 623. If you would like to add some handmade art to your collection, these can be hung on the wall. Sometimes I hang my art dolls up with a little ribbon. I'll tie a ribbon around the body and then hang it like a painting. And that way it's, you can see it that way. Or you could put them in a shadow box. I have a couple in my room that I put in a shadow box.
I pose them on my desk.
Or you can use a stand. And they have these stands you can get at the craft store that look like this.
Oh, yeah, they were all standing on things in my little box over there.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites. I've been surprised that one hasn't found a home yet.
99.
She's one of my all-time favorites of yours because I loved her little eyelids with double. And she has a ruff. Look at this ruff, you guys. Look at this. Y'all got to take a closer look at all the work and time and energy involved. I know. This is a good one.
Oh, my dolls are about 11 inches. Sometimes they vary in size depending on how I make them. But, about a 10, 11, 12 inches most of the time. Here's Cherry's little boots with lace.
Yeah, they're really adorable.
Thank you.
So here's a ruler. You can measure it. Can you show the pink doll?
Oh, the pink hair. That's my new one.
Yeah, these are about... Let me see. It's my old CCAD. This is my alma mater. Let's see. About 12 inches.
Oh, Deborah, you don't need to have... Shopify is not something that you need to have. It will hit you in your email. It will say it's from Shopify because it'll say Greengirlstudios, Shopify, come finish your order. And all you have to do, you'll get it in your email, and then all you have to do is just follow the steps and you'll be set. You don't have to make an account or anything. But if we don't have your contact information, we'll need that. So you might have to send me an email. Otherwise, I won't be able to send you an invoice. It's last 620. I finished this girl only a few hours ago. She is fresh. They all come with, all the dolls come with certificates with their name, my signature to prove they're authentic, and the day that I finished them. This one has a lot of lace action.
Yeah,
But I love
like it.
lace and pink.
Yeah, I follow a bunch of gals on Instagram that are doll makers, and I get floored by the prices that they're getting. And I told Azalea, I said, you just keep up with it, and you'll be able to get those numbers too. There's a lot of them. There's a gal that makes something similar to these. They're much smaller, but they're like $250. I was really impressed.
We'll
Doll
show
on the
all of them
left.
today.
This one is 80. I know, she's so cute. So cute.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, and I love this one too, particularly. So unique.
This one, this historical outfit is inspired by a little bit earlier than Georgian because she's got the roll underneath her skirts.
Yeah, she has
You
a
know,
double.
She's got a petticoat. Because I love making historical clothing, and then underneath,
She has. It looks
has-
like she has a roll, bum roll.
bum roll to support those skirts. And the shape of this is like 1600 style,
Mm-hmm.
but in pink.
Yeah, and this is. It looks like she's using this vintage velvet to make this.
I did it very carefully. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, I see she's using some of my vintage velvet.
It matched good.
Yes, it did match. Yeah, that came out great. I love her. Yes, so if you guys would like to collect one of her pieces of artwork, now is your chance. They're very reasonably priced.
This one was lot 622. I'm happy with the ones that with the real big dresses. This one is one of my personal favorites. This is probably one of the best things I've ever made.
I think she's a showstopper. That's what I like to call the ones that have a lot of detail, a lot of time and energy. Yeah, they all have a lot of personality.
This one was inspired by my favorite book, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, when they are in the fairy realm in the ballroom dancing with the people with the old kind of spooky outfits.
I love that scene.
She's got pearls in her hair. This mask I made won't break because it is, this was like foam clay that's gotten kind of, it's still a little bit soft, but it's like soft
Permanent.
enough. Yeah, it's on there. And I carved away the wooden and I painted it with the gold to make the mask. And most of her dress, actually, this time around that I made this is hand stitched with
It's a
the
beautiful
beadwork.
fairy court from the.
This one took a long time to finish.
Sealy
That one's
court.
120, lot 66. But she's got a little separate stomacher that I hand stitched in there. This
she would
her
look so good.
her
in a
stomacher
shadow
and
box.
petticoat are in linen, and this is the pattern I did the petticoat in.
Yeah, a lot of
Ruffles.
handwork. Yeah, you, Azalea, you are making such good things at such a young age. You're only 19.
Here are the
And-
little panniers.
Sometimes I'm like, what are you going to make when you're my age?
Thank you.
I don't know.
Oh,
Ooh, yay!
Thank
It
you,
looks like
Lisa.
Oh,
Wow,
Azalea
this is
was
the one that
like-
I've held on to for a long time. She was going to get the tag removed and go on my shelf. Thank you very much.
Yay, Azalea had a doll adopted. Yay, what a good day.
Yeah, she has her. Here's her authentic. Yeah, see, from April of 2022.
Oh, thank you, Jermaine. She says she's worth a lot more than 120. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Maybe one day when I have a bigger following and I can ask for more, then I can ask for what it's what it's really worth.
Oh, Kim says you can't put a price on this kind of amazing work. Well, thank you guys for being so supportive. You can, it's like a vote for things you want to see more of. So it's a good vote for Azalea to make more and to stay, to keep making.
Yeah, it definitely makes me want to make more. See the difference between some of my work from over a year ago and now. Still making it a little bit weird. Yes, Lisa, everything will be combined. You'll get a nice big box. And if you have other orders with us and we can finish that in time, those should be combined in your package too.
All right. Well, that's a wonderful high note to end this live on.
You want to flip it? I'm
Yeah, I
flip
want
it
to show
back.
one last thing. One last thing. So I was working on this last night. Do you guys know who this is? That's my son, Marty. And I was making a cute little paper doll that I'm thinking of putting in a Kickstarter to go Teresa goes, Max. You know, he is kind of like my other fuzzy son. He's has a fuzzy head for sure. But I'm making a cat game, you guys. It's not really a secret because I've pretty much told everybody that I know. But this is one of the parts that I'm going to use as the like benefits. I've never done a Kickstarter, so I don't know how it works. I'll do more research, but I know that you have to make like levels. And so this is going to be part of that for my game I'm working on, a board game with cats. And that's so cute.
I need to post
Oh, Jermaine says, the only reason I've never gotten one of your dolls is because I don't have any place to put them. I want them all. Oh, that's a
thank
nice
you,
thing to
Jermaine.
hear. All right, I'm going to flip the camera. Give me a second. Not general. Sometimes. Camera.
If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm going to be trying to post a video tonight of the process of my new doll.
Yeah, do it. So show something with the your Instagram, Azalea.
I don't have any business cards anymore.
Oh,
but I can
well,
just
you
write
can-
down.
You can write it down. So if you guys are on Instagram, go and follow Azalea. She could use more followers.
I
She
know.
did have a lot of followers, but then she
My
got
account got
hacked.
hacked in December, and I had to start over.
So that was, that was a really not good time for Azalea. And a lot of young people, they would go crazy and start, tearing their hair and stuff. But she was.
I had almost 4,000 followers.
Yeah, she had almost
Now I have
4,000.
580.
Yeah, some people.
This is my
So-
Instagram. Some people already said that they follow me, which is awesome. But I do post my work on there. I post my drawings. I post process videos of my dresses. And now I'm going to get back into doll making because I took a kind of a hiatus from it for a little while because I was busy with other things. But I did take a few clips of my process of the doll with the pink buns today. Oh,
Jermaine doesn't do Instagram. You got to get on there on Facebook. It's
I know.
hard.
I sometimes
It's
have
hard.
to post. Well, I mean, my accounts are linked, so I could have them post to both.
Oh, good. I didn't think
So-
of that. There you go.
And my name on Facebook is the same. It's just Azalea Ogden. I don't have anything, any code name or anything like that. And I have new business cards for sure. Oh, thank
Ann,
you, Ann.
our friend Ann. Hello, Ann. Always love it when I see your name pop up. Makes me think about when we're next to each other at a show. Good times. We'll see you in Tucson if you're going. We've got a new idea of going, so we'll.
I think we're gonna have a really good time. And
We
this
are
time
gonna
I'm
go.
gonna be driving too.
She's been practicing, y'all. She's been the freedom. She can taste the freedom. It's close, and that freedom is going to be this. Can you go get your brother?
I know every day. I say we'll go get Max.
Who will
Okay.
go get Max?
Hey, but I know that road. I could go on that road with my eyes closed. I've
I
been there
know.
thousands of times, so
Yeah.
I could go get him.
Yeah, you could.
Get snacks on the way home.
Oh, Jan says, are you still doing leather work? Jan, I got some. I don't have a ton of tools, but I have some on order. And I'm working on a hat band. It's basically a belt for my hat so that I can stick stuff in there when I'm out and about. But I will show that. And I'll show that pin that I was working on. I didn't get a chance to paint it yet, but it'll be cute when it's done. So anyway, thank you guys for showing up
forgot
on
my
a
last
random Wednesday. Oh, she has one more.
I have one more
I know,
that's
I was
very
reaching for
mischievous.
that one.
She's
I was-
very mischievous.
Yeah, you guys got to see
This
this
one
one's
is
so
Kit.
cute.
Her name is Kit. There's the ears and the little hearts on her ears. She looks very mischievous. She's getting into things. She's got this jacket with a functional zipper. It's
I know,
supposed to
isn't
be
that-
like
the-
she's supposed to be kind of like that.
Show
What's
those
that
little
ice
boots.
cream? The ice cream with the vanilla and the chocolate.
Neapolitan.
And the, I'm not putting it in the camera. Little pink boots.
Azalea, she says, what about a YouTube channel?
We have,
you could do
oh, and
it.
here's what part with the hood. She's got strawberries, little tiny felt strawberries on her hood.
Darling. Darling.
She looks like she would be in a dance-off in the 90s. The big jacket and big pants.
Ah.
But her name is Kit. She's lot 621, and I forgot to show her earlier.
She mentioned a dance-off, and I got flashbacks of when I got challenged to a dance-off. And I'm not going to tell you that awkward story now, but I will at some other point.
All right, there we go.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Love all of you out there, and we hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will see you on Sunday. You know? What's this, Azalea?
2 dolls, Lisa.
Lisa, are you trying to make her have the best day of her life?
She is.
I think she's trying to make that
Lisa.
come.
I'll put you something secret and special in there for you, Lisa.
Oh, that's nice of you. Sandra says, how come Kit is frowning? Sometimes she might have that face, that resting face, you know, that people have said to me. They said, Cynthia, what's up? I like this. That's not really a frown.
Mad.
But it's
How come
more
Kit
of a
is
neutral
frowning?
face.
Kit is not really frowning. She's mostly
look at this gal.
smirking.
Azalea
She's getting into things.
is having she's like delighted with things right now.
I
We're
am
gonna
delighted.
celebrate. We're gonna have some soup and watch some mysteries. All right, folks. We will see you on Sunday night. We have some plans. Guess what? I got word from. Do you guys know Betsy? Do you guys know Betsy from Beyond Beatery? Because Betsy is coming to Asheville at the end of the month, and Betsy and we're gonna get together. We're gonna have a cocktail. You guys know I don't drink a lot. If I'm not gonna say I'm a teetotaler, but I drink very little. Only special occasions, but Betsy being in town is a special occasion, and we're going to do a little bit of a project, and then I'm making stuff for her. So you guys tune in. I'm going to give you the days. I'm pretty sure it's the 28th at 5. If you guys are around and you want to see something, Betsy she's going to be here. We're going to have cocktails. It's a special event, and she has some cool beads.
I love Betsy.
Yeah, Betsy is
She's
awesome.
very funny.
So that is something we're looking forward to. But anyway, we will see you this Sunday. We have Kit needs a mood ring. You know what? I'm going to dig that stuff out, and I'm going to show you guys how to make mood rings of your own if you're interested. Well, I could show you how to make the gemstone part. So tune in Sunday at 7, and we will see you in a couple of days.
All right, good night, everybody. Thank you.
Have a good evening.